Sorry for the interruption. Um, we were talking about the good governance before the interruption, and the foundation is see the good governance as one of the most key to um, a successful life. If you have a good policy in place, every other things will fall in place. You understand? We have a representative from across the country that represent people, represent us in different offices, and we are not feeling the impact of those people in our local community. And nobody's asking question. Everybody keep quiet. We only come on social media to make noise, to talk, and that is the end. You understand? The WAVEF want to stand out on this ground, stand out on this point, and we want to ask questions. For instance, there was a saga in the House of Assembly, the Senate House of recent, where one senator revealed what is happening, the padding of the budget, 2024 budget padding. And instead of the Senate to do the needful by set up a committee to a kind of investigate this allegation because um, there are guilt, they went ahead and suspended this person, and nobody is asking questions. We, the civil society, we are the right place, the right uh, body to actually take this fight up. Yes, we are the right body to take this fight up, but nobody is ready to ask questions. Okay, this man has made a revelation and is on the at the public domain. We have the document. What we need to do as a body, as a civil society, is to a kind of digest those documents and take the fight to the Senate. Ask them the critical questions. What is this all about? They explain. You understand? That is the function of civil society. You ask them and you are not clear about it, then you sue them. Litigation. You sue them. You understand? Because it's your right. Non-governmental organization is a non-government body. We are not a body under government. We are a group of people that wants to live a normal life. We want people we represent live a normal life. We want to ask the government people that represent us to do the right thing. But we have deviated from this rule. We are not practicing it. And that gives it to the political office holder to behave uh, anyhow they feel like behaving. Because they know nobody will ask questions. In one of my presentations, I talk about the government, the political office holder as an individual. These people were among us. These people have a family in our midst in the various community. They are individual. What gives them a different status or a power is the office they occupied. And remove this office from their hand, they become one of a kind of um, a civil person like you and I. So what makes them an island? Why can't we ask them questions? If you take the question to their offices and they cannot address the question properly, mobilize the people you are representing, take them to their various house. They have the house here in Nigeria. Yes, occupy their houses. You understand? I told them in my other presentation that look, the politician or a wealthy man doesn't want to see the presence of the poor or a common man. You constitute a nuisance to his presence. He doesn't want to see you, don't want to see you around him. You understand? So the only advantage you have as a common person or the people you are representing is that your presence which take away his sleep. Yes, you use that as an advantage. Whenever you have a question to be addressed, Mobilize your people from grassroots, from everywhere. Bring your coalition together, your sister NGO. Mobilize and take that battle to that person. Peaceful demonstration. But even at that, as it was called, people's demonstration, their presence, your presence, is not peaceful to them. They don't want to see it. The only time the politician want to see a common man is only when he needs you to advance his selfish ambition. He wants something from you to use as a ladder to get to his next egocentric ambitions. You understand? So that is when they want to see you. But any other time, they don't want to see you. And these politicians have a gigantic edifice. They have outstanding building in our farm, in our community. You understand? They make it clear to people that visit our community or the guests that come around to know that they are the only worthy people in that community, using the collective resources of that community to build themselves heaven on earth. And nobody's asking questions. Whenever they are coming around, they come with a heavy security to separate themselves from the people that voted them to that office. If they know that what they are doing is not wrong, why are they not coming and mingle with us in the community? They live. They were with us like that before they left for the office. So civil society and this foundation want to ask questions and want to mobilize the rest of the NGO to make sure that we redress those abnormalities going on in our society. Recklessness of the politician is getting us sink to the depth of the pit, and we must not fold our hand until this Nigeria and this country destroy completely. So WAVEF is up and sacrifice to make sure that there are things we need to redress. There are things we need to ask questions. There are people we have to take fights to them. There are people that we advocate to them, and they will understand us. We make life better for the vulnerable. So join our hands together with your idea. We are certain that this fight will be more easier for us to achieve. Fine. Now, that is on that point. Then, the issue of our structure. Um, we actually not intended to operate only in Nigeria. If you see the caption of our name is about about the African, and we want to extend that gesture to other neighboring African countries. But they say charity begins at home. We have to start from our own Jerusalem, and that's why we started here. So we need a structure, a, a structure, and as we all know, it has a kind of financial implication, and we cannot just embark on the project that we cannot accomplish or we cannot finish. So we want to start by having an online presence in all the 36 states of the Federation, includes FCT. So we are going to build a kind of presence online. And on this note, we want to call on the interested candidates to show their interest so that we see how we can build in your state our presence. We are going to put all the structure in your presence, and you oversee everything that is happening and give a report to the national body. So we are going to work on that. We are going to make sure that we have 6 zonal coordinator that will oversee each of these states that fall under their zone and give report to the national body. So we want your support. We want your hands on deck to make sure that we achieve this. Then, we in the NGO, we have different categories of membership. You understand? You will ask, so how are we going to become a member? Yes, we have a different 4 categories of membership. The first categories are permanent member. You understand? A permanent staff. And this one they subscribe. This one they become a member by subscription. They register by a certain amount of money. These are permanent worker. They work with the organization. They have their personnel policy handbook and all of that. Then second, people we have temporary. These people come and work by time. Maybe when you have a project, you bring them in. You finish your project, you relieve them, they go on their own. This is another group of people that work in NGO. Then we have a consultant professional. In our project, we will bring in, maybe we have a legal issue, we bring in lawyer, we bring in people that work in that field, and they pursue that case until we achieve our cause, we relieve them. Their pay and everything stop at that point. We have a community outreach for medical outreach, bringing doctors. Want to build a classroom. We bring in engineer and all of that. So these are another group of people in NGO. And we have volunteer. Volunteer is found the largest part of NGO. As we on all of us now we are volunteer. So this volunteer, they sacrifice, they give their own best to make sure the work goes on. They contribute, they bring their service, they are not registered, they are not they are not paying money, but they say, okay, I want to join this vision. So these are the four people we have in NGO. So it's up to you to choose, okay, this is the group I want to belong, and we look at it. If you're okay by the organization, we look at your antecedents, your practice, your everything. We see that, okay, you are good to be admitted. We admit you, because not everybody will actually become a member of this organization, because it's a very sensitive organization that we don't want anyhow people. We don't want people that may betray us. We don't want people that will a kind of parley with those people we may take fight to make sure that we have a good atmosphere for the vulnerable to thrive. So on this note, I want to open the way for the interaction. Your question, your contribution, and all of that will come in. And please, you can make a voice note. It's not all about writing and that. Sometimes you write it to get discouraging, but you can just pick your listening and talk as if you are talking to somebody, and you send it, you will listen to it. So I want to pause on this at this point and give room to anybody that have a question or anything, and we take it off from there. Once again, thank you very much for being part of this wonderful movement, and be rest assured that you will be the first beneficiary if anything is coming up from anywhere. May God bless you. I remain my humble self, Dr. Chea Patrick Ekre, the CEO of Welfare of the Africa Vulnerable and Egalitarian Foundation. God bless you. God bless the people we are representing.